When getting a new PC for gaming at 1440p resolution, there are two main PC components. One is the CPU and the other one is the GPU. If your graphics card is amazing but then your CPU is weak, then you're going to be suffering from bottlenecks and FPS drops, which is every gamer's worst nightmare. On the other hand, if your CPU is great, but your graphics card is not, then you most likely will not achieve the FPS target that you were hoping for. For that reason, if you want to achieve high FPS with no bottlenecks, no FPS drops or any stutters while gaming, I made this entire guide showing you specific 1440p CPU and GPU combos that you can get right now for your next PC, whether it's a pre-built PC or a PC build. I will go through every budget, going from the cheapest ones to the best value combos and then the most expensive high-end, high-performance CPU and GPUs. You will find the link to every combo down below in the video description with the latest prices and availability in your region. My name is Valentino. That being said, let's start. We'll start by talking about the best value combo overall. This CPU and GPU combo will allow you to play at 1440p high to ultra settings in high demanding games without any issues and without breaking the bank, and you can also run esports shooters very smoothly. This combo features the Ryzen 5 7600X, which is in my opinion the best price to performance CPU out there, and it will be amazing for CPU demanding games like Valorant or Fortnite or just any esports shooter if you want to achieve 240 plus FPS on average, allowing you to buy a 240Hz monitor or even a 360Hz one if you are playing easy to run shooters like CS2 or Valorant. And then for the graphics card you get the RX 9060 XT 16GB model, which will be amazing when it comes to price to performance for 1440p even in high demanding games. I mean, in high demanding titles you will be able to achieve 80 plus FPS on average at this resolution, and I'm talking about games like Cyberpunk 2077, Hogwarts Legacy and games of that nature. So great gaming performance for the price that you are paying. And if you want to go Nvidia instead of AMD, you can get the Nvidia RTX 5060 Ti 16GB model, but it is going to cost you a little bit more money. More on that in just a second. But again, regardless on whether you go with Nvidia or AMD, here you are going to be getting top tier performance for the price that you are paying. That's why this combo, in my opinion, is the best value one. Now, the price for the AMD combo is going to be around $530, and if you want to go with the 5060 Ti for your graphics card, the price will increase to $610. So again, if you want to go Nvidia because of the Nvidia feature set, it will cost you more, but it is still a really nice price to performance CPU and GPU combo. Now, if you have even more money to spend, you can go with the ultra performance value combo, and I call it ultra performance value because this one is not that much more expensive than the last one, so it's still relatively nice when it comes to price to performance, and it is quite faster when it comes to high demanding games on high to ultra settings. Because for these combos, you get the same processor, so in terms of esports shooters, you are not going to be seeing a huge difference, but when it comes to high demanding games, here you get the Nvidia RTX 5070, which is one of the best graphics cards in the entire market for 1440p resolution, and you will be achieving well over 100 FPS on average in these high demanding games on high to ultra settings. With that in mind, you can run any game at 1440p at these ultra settings, even with some ray tracing enabled depending on the game, and the price, as I said before, is not that much higher. If you go with the 5070 and the Ryzen 5 7600X, the price will be around $680, which is not cheap, but it's definitely not the most expensive combo out there. And then if you want to go AMD, you can go with the RX 9070, which is a little bit more expensive than the RTX 5070, but it has 16GB of VRAM and it's slightly faster when it comes to gaming performance. This is going to be very helpful, especially if you want to play at 4K down the line, because of the fact that you get more VRAM. So if you want to go AMD, the total price for the combo will increase to around $740. Now, if you're looking for a high-end CPU and GPU combo, so you're looking for one of the best ones out there with crazy high performance, I do recommend you getting the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, which is one of the fastest gaming graphics cards in the entire market, alongside the RX 9070 XT, which is the fastest GPU from AMD at the moment. By getting this combo, you are going to be achieving very fast performance in esports games, and I'm talking about well over 360 plus FPS on average, even 500 plus FPS on average depending on the esports game. So feel free to max out any monitor refresh rate if you go with the CPU. And as I said before, alongside the CPU you get the 9070 XT, which will allow you to play the most high demanding games at 1440p resolution, high to ultra settings, maxed out performance at 120 plus FPS on average. So there's no game that you can't run at 1440p. And if you want to go Nvidia, I will talk about that combo in just a second. With the 9070 XT, you can also play with ray tracing enabled depending on the game and depending on the settings, and it's also a very fast 4K graphics card. So if down the line you want to upgrade to 4K, you don't have to upgrade the graphics card because you will be achieving around 80 plus FPS on average, or even faster performance if you are using FSR, which is the upscaling technology from AMD. Now the price for this combo is quite high at around $1,000, so it's definitely not a cheap CPU and GPU combo, but that's why this one is one of the best high-end premium combos out there. However, there's one more combo that is the best if you just want max performance. This one has the Ryzen 7 9800 XDD, which is the fastest gaming graphics card in the entire market, and it's also very fast for content creation and productivity work. So again, you can max out any monitor refresh rate in case you want to play high FPS games like Valorant, Fortnite, CS2, Battlefield 6, or just any esports shooter out there. And then for the graphics card, you get the Nvidia RTX 5070 Ti, which is one of the best 1440p graphics cards out there. That's also very fast for 4K gaming. In terms of gaming performance, it's very similar compared to the 9070 XT from AMD, so you will be achieving the highest performance at 1440p and really good performance at 4K. However, since you get an Nvidia graphics card, you get a better level of ray tracing performance if you care about that, and then you also get DLSS, which is the better upscaling technology overall compared to FSR from AMD because it is supported by more games. Now this combo will be a little bit more expensive than the last one at $1,200, but I do recommend you buying this one, and I think it's absolutely worth it if you are searching for the max performance combo for 1440p. Past this point, of course, you can get the RTX 5080 and RTX 5090, but that's going to be quite more expensive, and I do recommend you getting those graphics cards for 4K rather than just 1440p gaming. Now remember, you will find every combo down below in the video description, and you will also find two bonus ones. The first one is going to be the cheapest one, so if you want to buy a CPU and GPU combo for under $500, yet achieve very decent performance at 1440p, and I'm talking about 60 to 70 plus FPS on average in high demanding games, that one will be the perfect one for you. And then the other one will be the best value esports combo. So if you want to play high FPS shooters and you want to be able to get max FPS, so very high FPS where you can max out any monitor refresh rate, yet you do not want to spend over $800, I do recommend you getting that combo for max gaming performance in those type of games. And remember that the prices might be different when you're watching this video, so again, I do recommend you checking those links down below. And if you're searching for an entire PC without any bottlenecks, because yes, you can get the best CPU and GPU combo, but if the memory is not right or if the airflow is bad, your PC will be suffering, and long term you're going to be hurting your components. I made a video talking about the best pre-built PCs of the month for every budget and every resolution in case you don't want to build one yourself, and if you are willing to build one yourself, I made an entire video talking about the best PC builds of the month without any bottlenecks with the best CPU and GPU combos inside. You will find both videos on the screen right now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.